So the first thing I want to do is to show you the urgent public notice dated the 11th of January 2022. And this states that the COVID-19 vaccines are now under criminal investigation with Hammersmith CID police station. The case number is 6029679 oblique 21, slash forward slash 21. And it says, your local chief constable is aware of this case and substantial evidence has been provided from injured victims, scientific studies, global experts and NHS whistleblowers to Hammersmith CID. Now it's also been reported to various police stations around the country, so it's not just Hammersmith. And the Yorkshire police have issued a crime reference. I'm sorry I don't have it off the top of my head, but you can find it on various websites, an informed consent campaign, etc. So the Yorkshire police have issued a crime reference, and that was following various people in Yorkshire going and reporting it to various police stations, the injuries and the harm that's been caused. And the same in Manchester, they've issued a crime reference as well. So this goes on to say, confused, this is the first time that you're hearing about this. You're not being told about this case because the UK government controls the mainstream media and senior government ministers, civil servants and the media are implicated in the alleged crimes. This case has also been acknowledged to the International Criminal Court at The Hague. Okay, so these are going around, these flyers, and the QR codes there, you can scan them and that gives you access to a lot of the evidence base that's been submitted. Now what I can tell you, because I'm one of the lawyers who's working with international teams around the globe, is that we lawyers and our experts have already conducted this criminal investigation. We've been conducting it for at least 18 months, but various members have been conducting it for years. And the fact is that what we've done as lawyers is we've found the best experts in the world to cover each of the different scientific, medical, economic, political, etc. analysis, and we found the best experts. And what's so wonderful, I want you all to hear this, is that these world experts have come forward offering their time to us lawyers for nothing. And we've been working together week in, week out, literally all the time, Sunday evenings for 5-hour calls across the world. And what's amazing is that as a litigator, I have never had that privilege before. I have always had to hire experts, and if my client can afford the expert rates, which are extortionate, we're lucky enough if we get 2 or 3 or 4 hours of their time to drill down into the issues. What's happening in this case, which is the first time ever, is that us lawyers are being inundated with evidence. We have people phoning us from around the world, contacting us from around the world, flooding us with their evidence and asking us to take it forward. And this is all for free. So if we get evidence, for example, from Robert Malone, who invented the mRNA technology, and I've personally taken his and other people's evidence, he'll say, I'll give you whatever evidence you like, it's in an affidavit, as many questions as you need answering, and they will take time and time and time again to explain to us lawyers so that we can understand to the best of our ability their evidence, which also means that our collective intellectual property is going through the roof because these experts don't know the law. So we lawyers are teaching them about the law, they're teaching us about the issues, and between us around the world, we've already analysed the legal position, we've already got the world's best experts on our team, and they're prepared to work with us going forward. The other side of the debate, they haven't got the world experts. They haven't got the best lawyers working on it, because if the best lawyers were working on them, they would have told them already that they're breaking all these laws and to stop it. So I don't know what lawyers are advising these people, but they're not correct on the law, because as you know, the evidence is these are crimes, which is why crime references have been issued. Now the fact is, at the moment, the crime reference has been issued for the crime of the alleged gross negligence manslaughter and misconduct in public office. Whereas in fact we lawyers, and when I say we lawyers, I mean lawyers of 20, 30 years standing around the globe, our analysis is that this is a breach of Article 6, Article 7, Article 8 of the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court. Article 6 being genocide, Article 7 being crimes against humanity, and virtually every subsection of Article 7 is being breached, and then Article 8 being biowarfare, because the evidence unfortunately is that these injections, the masks, the tests, they are causing harm, they breach the warfare conventions, they breach the weapons conventions, okay? So that is our analysis, which has been peer reviewed around the world. So this isn't my humble opinion, because my humble opinion is worth very little. Frankly, I'm just one person, I'm just one lawyer, but I'm telling you, I'm delivering you this message to give you hope. So when the police are denying that this is a live criminal investigation, guess what? You're catching up, because we've already proved it. And the fact is, lawyers don't go on the world stage and say this is a breach of the international warfare conventions or the international humanitarian law if we hadn't already done that exercise and we couldn't already prove it with our evidence in a court of law that day. Our reputation and our credibility is not worth making ridiculous claims off the top of our heads. So the fact is that if you have all these lawyers saying the same thing, it means several things, doesn't it? They're either all mad, in which case how do you practice law at that level for so long if you are insane? So they're not mad. Are they all stupid? Again, how do you practice law? Robert Kennedy, Rainer Fulmick, Rocco Gelati, Tom Rents, all these lines of lawyers around the world. Lee Dundas, I salute you, my love, you're an amazing human rights lawyer. These lawyers are not stupid either. And the fact is that our job requires us to peer review each other's evidence and analysis. So that's what we do. We find people of the same kind of level, understand the same law. We've approached it from a multidisciplinary point of view, so we've had all kinds of lawyers from all kinds of disciplines, and that's our analysis. So what you, the people, now need to do is please spread the word and tell people, yes, this is a live criminal investigation. Yes, it's being investigated. The police are being flooded with evidence from around the world. And that evidence is going to continue flooding in. And the fact is, as I say, other countries around the world are also now obtaining a criminal reference for this. So there are about 20 crimes that are being alleged. As the evidence comes in, they're going to have to add those crimes to those crime references. So any of you who have been harmed, if you've been injured by any of these measures, either the tests, the masks, the injections, if you've been injured or you've been not given your informed consent because you've been bullied or coerced, you must report that. It is your duty to report that to the police as a crime. Okay, because we cannot have a society in which people are walking around having been seriously injured or killed. And I've met several people today who have told me of relatives who have been killed. I have met one woman today who's walking around with a heart monitor. Makes me want to cry because she's been so badly injured. And we lawyers hear these stories. Okay, that's our job, is to listen to all that evidence. And it's horrific. So you all have a duty, a constitutional duty, to take action to prevent the continuing harm. So what you must all do, this is not a discretion, this is not an option. You must now tell everybody that they must report these crimes, and we must stop the perpetrators in society carrying on harming us. Because unless we take these people to task, we can all look forward to how many more decades of being experimented on and being oppressed and having our rights taken away. People, family and friends being destroyed. How many people want to carry on with that situation? Nobody, right? So unfortunately, it's our job, it's our generation's job, because this has all happened on our watch, and it's our precious children that we've done this to. Do you know what the main cause of death between the 16 to 24-year-old age group is? Do you know? Any of you? Suicide. Our children would rather kill themselves than live in the society we have created for them. I have 3 children in that age group, and I've watched their friends suffer horrendously. I've been in hospital where I've been on a ward where 7 out of the 8 children had tried to take their lives. And when I was in the coffee room with the other parents, my child was in there for something else, thankfully, But all the parents were just absolutely stunned. And when we spoke to the staff about it, we said, what on earth is going on? They said it used to be asthma, and then it was allergies, now it's suicide. Now shame on all of us adults. If we've created a society where our children look at us and they look at our, what we're doing, and they think, no, we'd rather kill ourselves. And I don't know about any of you, but I've been that severely depressed where I've thought I want to end it all. You've got to have serious courage to take your own life, and you've got 5-year-olds attempting it, 8-year-olds attempting it. It's disgusting, right? So what are we going to do about that? Are we just going to let this carry on? Or are we actually going to save our children? Because they should be the foremost at everybody's mind the whole time. It is our sacred duty. It's always been our sacred duty to protect our children. And the idea that we have a society where everyone else comes first and our children have to be harmed to make us all feel better about ourselves is disgusting. It really is. And as a parent, when I watch other parents saying, oh, as long as I feel safe, all the children can suffer, I look at them and think, 3 years ago, those children would have been removed from your care by social services, because they would never accept a parent saying, my child has to suffer to make me feel better. And these teachers who are willingly enforcing children with masks and tests, that is criminal assault. Those children are not consenting. They have bodily integrity. They have psychiatric integrity. That means you don't get to test them, inject them, mask them, bully them, coerce them, threaten them, sanction them, make them sit in the cold, make them eat separately from all their friends. That's inhumane, cruel, degrading treatment or punishment. Fact, on the law, on the case law, and on the evidence. So any adult in society who's doing any of that to their children, I really do wonder what on earth is going through your head, because all the evidence shows that all of those measures harm them. So I don't want to say shame on them, because I don't want to condemn them. I just want to appeal to them, to say to themselves, these are children. They cannot consent to these measures. So who are you as an adult to force these on innocent children? So that's where I'll leave it, folks, but please do now take action. We've got to stop people being killed. The evidence from around the world is that this is happening all over the world, the same nonsense, and we've got to stop it, and it's only going to be us who stops it. So thank you for listening. Sorry if I went on for a bit, but thank you.